Hello viewers, welcome to Eteta TV. This is Madam Ghaimo. It is English orientation. My lesson, dear viewers, is about the planet Earth and the moon. If you have been visiting this channel, I think you got a concept about the solar system. It's where we discussed about the meaning of the planet and the moon. Here, let us now remind ourselves on the concept of the planet. The planets, we can say that all bodies that revolve around the sun. And we have 80 planets. Earth is one among the planets that revolve around the sun. After that, let us now give the meaning of the word moon. What is the moon, dear viewers? The moon can be referred as the natural satellite of the Earth. The natural satellite of the Earth. That means it brings light to Earth. Okay. Another concept that you need to know is to remind you the meaning of the Earth. As I have said earlier, that it is one among the planets. Another thing that you need to know is the meaning of the sun. We said that it is a glowing star in the center. If the glowing is a hot ball of the glowing star, that is the meaning of the sun. And it is the center of the solar system. Another thing, dear viewers, we need to know the meaning of stars. What is the meaning of star here? The star here, it is referred to as a natural body visible in the sky. A natural body that can be visible in the sky, especially at night, and gives off light, or it shines by reflection. We said that it shines by reflection. We are going to discuss the meaning of reflection after this discussion of these terms. Also, dear viewers, in this subtopic, in this lesson, we need also to remind ourselves the meaning of the day. What is the day? When we are talking of the day here, we mean it's the result of the rotation of the Earth, the result of the movement of the Earth. And we said that there are two movements of the Earth. Rotation is one among the movement of the Earth. So when the Earth rotates on its own axis, its effect is the result of day and night. So when the part of the Earth is facing the sun, we experience light, and that is referred as a day. And the other part, while the Earth is rotating, spinning on its own axis, if one part is facing the sun, the other part could be far away from the sun. So we can say that the part that is far away from the sun is where we can experience the so-called night. After that, we have to get the concept of travel. Travel is just a situation when something moves from one place to another. And another thing you can talk about is about an orbit. Dear viewers, when you're recalling the concept of solar system, when we are talking of an orbit here, we are talking of the regular repeating path. Regular repeating path that one object takes around another object. It's a regular repeating path that one object takes around another object. So when the object is moving around something, it passes on its own path. That is a way. So this path, where an object is passing repeatedly, it is referred to an orbit. Dear viewers, we need also to know the meaning of satellite. What do we mean by satellite? As far as this lesson is concerned, the planet Earth and the moon. We need to know satellite. This is one among the bodies that are found in the solar system, but it can be referred as a natural body orbiting or cycle a larger astronomical body. That is the meaning of satellite. Dear viewers, you can also say it in another way. Satellite can be said as a natural body in space or in sky that orbit around a bigger object. That is a satellite. And there are many, when I was talking about the concept of rotation and an orbit, also we discussed there are many, one term that can be difficult to you is about reflection. So what is the meaning of reflection? Reflection can be said as the situation of sending back or throwing back without absorbing it. Throwing something without absorbing it. Something can hit somewhere but is thrown back. We say this can be said as a process called reflection. So in this context, we can say that we can take an example of a sun rays when they hit the ground, when they hit the earth. The heat from the sun can be reflected, can be sent back to the atmosphere, can be sent back to the space. And that is the meaning of reflection. Dear viewers, in this lesson, also we need to discuss, or we need to get the concept of the moon, and here we have to say something concerning the phases of the moon. As moon found, satellite, the bodies found in the solar system, we can say that the moon has 4 phases. The phases of the moon. Number 1 is what we are referring as a new moon. Dear viewers, what is a new moon? A new moon is experienced when the moon is between the earth and the sun. When the moon is between the earth and the sun, it's where we can experience new moon. How? It's there in this situation. The side of the moon facing the earth receive no sunlight. When the moon is between the earth and the sun, one side there is earth and another side there is the sun. Therefore, thus the earth or the part of the earth, or we can say that the part of the earth that is not, the part of the moon, which is obstructed by the earth, cannot get the light from the sun. So in this situation, we can experience the new moon. Another phase of the moon, it is called the full moon. When do we experience the full moon? The full moon is experienced when the sun, it is when the earth is between the sun and the moon. Now the earth is in between. One side is the sun, and the other side there is a moon. Therefore, in this situation, we can say that it is full moon because the moon receives direct sunlight. It is because the moon receives direct sunlight just from the sun. It rises around the sunset. We do experience light, and we can see it from sunset up to sunrise. I think some of you have observed the so-called full moon. It is, when you get out during the night, you can see each and everything. A lot of light is there. It is there. It is the period that we can say that the earth, the earth is between the sun and the moon, that it gets enough light from the sun. Dear viewers, another phase of the moon we can say about it is the waxing of the moon. When do we experience this period, dear viewers? We do experience this period of waxing. It's when the moon gets more sunlight on it as the days go. It's where the moon gets sunlight as the days goes on. In this period, it is increasing. You can see, you can observe. When you observe at the sky, you can see the moon is becoming bigger and bigger as days goes on. It started from the period of the new moon. It's where we can get this, waxing. It starts immediately after the new moon. So you can see the moon increasing in size. That means it is trying to face the sun as days goes on when the earth continues to revolve around to rotate itself. Another thing, dear viewers, is about the waning of the moon. It is different from waxing. Waning of the moon is with a period when it is the period that is experienced after the full moon. When we experience the full moon, we can see the moon becoming smaller and smaller as days go on until it is becoming the moon. You can see the moon becoming smaller and smaller until we experience a new moon. So this is waxing. So when we are talking of the phases of the moon, here we are talking of four. The first one is new moon. Then the period after new moon, we do experience full moon. Thereafter, we can experience waxing of the moon, and the last one is waning of the moon. After saying so, dear viewers, it is now the opportunity for you to recall the concept that you have gained in answering this question. If you have noted, pass on your notes so that you can take the concept and fill in the question that I'm going to read for you. Question number 1. We say that moon is a dash satellite of the earth. When you remember my presentation from the beginning, we say that the moon is a dash satellite of the earth. Dear viewers, what is the correct answer? The moon is said to be a natural satellite of the earth. That is what we have said. Try to recall the materials that we have already gained. Another question. The moon doesn't give out light. Rather, it reflects light from the sun. The moon doesn't give out light. Rather, it reflects it from the sun. In this sentence, we can understand that the moon doesn't provide light. Rather, it's just reflecting it. By reflection, we said that is the situation or the process of sending back something or throwing back something. As for this case, we say that when the sun rays hit the ground, the heat is reflected back to the atmosphere or to the space. So that is the concept of reflection. You need to remember it very well. Also, we can say another question is that when we see part of the moon, that is lit, when we see part of the moon, we see part of the moon that is being lit by what? We can just see part of the moon that is being that is being lit by, that has been being given light by what? The part of the moon can be given light by the sun. So we see part of the moon that is lit by the sun. Dear viewers, sometimes we see moon. Sometimes in some circumstances, in a period of time, you may see moon. And sometimes we don't see it. We can see the whole moon, but sometimes we cannot see it at all. So it is called the period when you see the whole moon. The whole moon can be seen from the space. In this time, we can refer it as the full moon. But when we cannot see the moon, we can refer to this time as a new moon. It's another phase of the moon. So when the moon is becoming bigger, we say that is the process or the time when we see the moon is becoming bigger every day. It is increasing in size. We can refer this time as, dear viewers, it is the waxing of the moon. You can see the moon becoming bigger as day goes on. Sometimes we can observe the moon getting smaller and smaller. How can we refer this time? So when you experience the moon becoming smaller and smaller, we can refer this time as waning of the moon. Dear viewers, up to this moment, this is the end of my presentation. I insist you, or don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Eteta TV, for more lessons and presentation. My name is Madam Ghaimo. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to make revision from what we have been presenting to you so that you can use the concept and the ideas in your everyday life. Thank you.